Welcome Strategy Battle Games to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with host GBHL Damian, and this is my hobby vlog number 36. And for those of you who've been paying attention, I didn't have one last week. You'll know that I was about to start work on Megolas, and I'd smack some grey paint on the horse, and I didn't think I'd have one last week due to the Into the West tournament, and indeed I didn't. And I have made a bit of progress on Megolas. He's not finished, unfortunately, like spoilers, so I'll be showing you that. So for the first time this year, I'm actually behind, I guess, on my painting schedule. But I thought there was enough to kind of show you and do a vlog just to keep you going. There's a couple other things that happened. I bought some new toys to help with the backlog situation. This was basically, there was a couple of things that I stuck on my birthday's in November, and I kind of made everyone was saying like, what do you want, and I made a list of kind of birthday and Christmas things and stuff I wanted from GW. And I got nearly everything on it, very lucky boy. But there were two things I didn't get, and I've just picked them up for myself now, and they were a Captain of Dale. Here he is. It was a very cool sculpt, big fan of that model. And some Mirkwood Ranger captains. There they are. And there. And if you've been following my hobby vlogs this year, at least this guy will make sense. Captain of Dale is to lead my Dale contingent. That is probably going to be painted. Who knows what will happen? What with GW potentially renewing the license and releasing some new stuff at the end of the year? Who knows? But potentially going to be painted around the end of this year or at the start of next year. I'll be painting up, and I've got two boxes of Dale Warriors and Girion, so I needed a kind of captain to lead them. And I always liked this guy, and these were basically just models. I was worried that he might go out of production, particularly with Girion going out of production. So I've got him so he's safe, essentially. Mirkwood Ranger Captains are a similar sort of thing. They were just one of those models that I really liked, and they were the last things I felt I needed to kind of complete my Thranduil's Halls list. So in my head, this is how this goes. You have Legolas, Tariel and Thranduil with warbands that takes you up to about 750 points. And then for my army, I would then, that's all my armoured elves, and then I get 20 Mirkwood Rangers. So I need two more captains to essentially lead them, and one of them would probably become the armoured Mirkwood captain, or like Tariel will lead the Rangers or whatever. And the other captain I need to lead is this. So this is probably an army that will never happen, because for that you're talking about a kind of all Thranduil's Halls army at about 1100 points. Which will certainly not happen at a tournament, but who knows, in some sort of fluff report. But I wanted to get these, so I had the option to do a kind of Mirkwood Ranger force, so that maybe, who knows, at some point in the future I could have 20 Mirkwood Rangers led by Legolas, Tariel and a Mirkwood Ranger captain or something like that. But if you're keeping up with my collection, I only have 10 Rangers painted, but I've got another 10 sitting in a box. So these guys will be joining them. And waiting. So it was basically just completing those bits that I really wanted, and there were a couple of fine cast kits that I can see going out of production pretty soon, potentially, so I wanted to make sure I had them. And I got one more thing, which was these guys, 3 more Gundabad's. Again, over Christmas you would have seen me assemble 12 Gundabad's, and part of the fine cast issues I had with them meant that I got a GW voucher, so I got 20 quid, and got myself another pack of spear arms Gundabad's. And so I've picked up these guys, so that I've got another 6 in total to do more conversions. So I'm going to swap more of the arms and the heads over to add greater variety. And it means I've got 18 Gundabad Warriors now, which is kind of cool. 2 decent little warbands there. So these guys are probably going to be painted around the same time as the other Gundabads. So they'll certainly be the first of my new toys. So before I show you them going into the box of doing leggy, sorry, I've had this is some live Palantir stuff you're watching here. We are sorry, as you know, you're watching this on Monday probably, and we're recording the Palantir tomorrow on Tuesday. I'm recording this on Sunday, very complicated, and you'll be watching it on Friday. As you may have known if you watched last week's Palantir, we have a special guest on this week's show. So for the first time in months, we've had to organise our Palantir date. We normally just on Sunday say what day do you want to do this week, and so we've had Tuesday in the diary for well, about 6 weeks I think, And Tom, hilariously, has just sent me a Facebook message saying, Wednesday this week? No. To which I've had to reply, it's going to be a problem. So who knows quite how that will be resolved. Hopefully he's just had a bit of a brain fart and we'll kind of wake up and it'll all will be well for the planter this week. We shall see. So yes, so I'm now going to show you, I'm going to ceremonially put these new toys in the boxes of doom. So, I'm not sure if you've ever seen this on the planter. This is exciting game room stuff. So here we have my kind of storage cupboard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan down here. And do you remember this box? This is my Happy 2016 box full of toys that I plan to be painting this year, and the Gundabad's are going in, and the Captain of Dale is going in, but the Mirkwood Rangers, oh, no, they don't get to play here. What's happening to them is they're going down here to this box, this very, very sad box down here, and they're going there, and we never talk about them again. And that's the other box of doom that will get painted at some point. But there we go. And now we'll shut that and come over to the desk area. So here we are. And this is the little bit of painting I have been able to do over the last couple of weeks. And of course it is Legolas, or Megolas, for mounted. And as I said a while ago, he is not finished by any means, but what I have managed to do to him, he's not even nearly finished, is I've base coated and washed him. So if you can have a look at him here, you'll see that it will look very dark, I would have thought, but he should have all the shading on him. I was pleasantly surprised, I think, by the mounted model once I started adding some once I started shading it and stuff. It's a nice sculpt. I noticed that there is, I don't know if this will pick up, there is still remnants of a mould line on his face, which the perfectionist in, kind of just there, can you see it just above his ear, which the perfectionist in me is going to want to kind of remove, because he is a hero and there will be a lot of focus on the face. It's quite a good sculpt, quite a good face sculpt, and obviously not too much work done on here, but what has been cool this time is I've been using the Chronicles books a lot. Here's the one I've been using. I've been using this Cloak and Dagger, because in here you get an awful lot of detailed images of Legolas's stuff. So like the flights of his arrows, they're actually kind of reddy orange. His knife cases, his scabbard, which again is a kind of reddy purple. His scabbard, sorry, his quiver, which is kind of cool. So I've been using that, as well as his bow and the bow detailing. So I've been using this a lot. I've also been using it for Orcrist, because he's got the Orcrist scabbard on him. And actually, while we're here, I will show this, because you don't get a lot of mention. People are always saying, oh, the Lord of the Rings models are better than the Hobbit ones a lot, and I think that's, you know, largely true. But what I did find is that when I went looking for Thorin's stuff, here we go, got some good detail about Orcrist. If you look here at the scabbard, you actually see the scabbard is metal with this kind of wooden panel down here, a little metal end there. So that's the Orcrist scabbard. And I was really pleasantly surprised that when I came and did it, and it's in here, the sculpt, it looks spot on. You got the little wooden panel in there, which I put in the brown, and the metal around it, and it's there on the foot model as well. And it's just one of those things that the smallest details have been, you see how much time has been put into the sculpts of these, and you know, it's not just a sword scabbard, there's an awful lot of attention to detail gone into making sure that they the kind of armour and war gear and outfits and everything does fit the movies. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So that was just some reference I've been using for the colours, and will continue to use as I start highlighting up. But yeah, he's quite a nice model, and he looks kind of cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to doing him. So the horse has been base coated with Codex Grey, and basically most of his tunic's been done with 2 greens, which are these two. I'm going from Lauren Forest and Strachan Green, because he's got a kind of 2-tone colour to his tunic. Like the arms are kind of a lighter green in the films than the skirt and that kind of thing. This is the on-foot model that obviously I converted to be kind of looking like when you duels with bulk. Hopefully that will come out alright. Again, quite a nice face, like good detail in the eyes. I should be able to paint them up hopefully quite well. Nice kind of detailing on his quiver. So yeah, that's quite cool. As I've said before, I'm painting this guy out of necessity really, or kind of wanting to complete the army rather than really wanting to, and as of yet I haven't been particularly inspired by it, but I'm hoping now as I start highlighting up I will get there. I don't have a lot of painting time again this week, if I'm brutally honest. I'm away for another weekend, so I'm looking at the potential of Monday night, Thursday night and Sunday night, I think, which isn't a lot, but there's potential I reckon to get some good work on them. These two, I can promise you, know me, will not be done by my hobby vlog next Monday, but my hope is that possibly the Legolases will, because I'm going to paint the mounted Legolas first, because I always find if you paint a mounted model, I hold it like this for stability, so you end up touching the horse. So I'll paint the rider first and then do the horse. So my aim for this week, and I do think this is quite optimistic, is to get the two Legolases done, but not the horse finished, and then finish the horse next week. So we'll see. As I said, I haven't had a lot of painting time, and a lot of that is because, I'm sure you might well know the reason, but it's because of our SBG magazine, which we, as we've posted about, we recorded the bat rep for. We played the bat rep 2 weeks ago now, and so for the last 2 weeks, I've actually had a fair bit of free time, but it's all gone onto that. So I reckon just in the last 2 weeks, I've probably spent about 20 hours or so working on the magazine, kind of typing up the bat report, putting that in, and now we have all the photos as well, dropping those in and playing around with things. So unfortunately, I always know that it has an impact on my hobby time, the magazine, but I always forget quite how much of an impact it has. So that's why I haven't made any more progress on this, because I've actually been working away kind of on the magazine, which is it's good, it's fun, but it is a bit frustrating when you kind of want to get a lot of painting done, but I know I need to get that ready for the destination Stockport. But there we go. So there is my kind of minimal progress on Legolas, but also perhaps a bit of an explanation of why there's been a delay on my end. But there we go. I hope that's enjoyable. I aim to be back next Monday with a bit of an update on this. I think it's going to be a slow one getting through these two figures, if I'm honest, but hopefully in 2 weeks' time they'll both be completely finished, and we shall see. Until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Support your Hobbit, support your host by clicking the links below. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Support your Hobbit hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.